Welcome to your practice to relax and unwind. Hi, friends. I am Katie Arnold, and today's practice is one that is going to be super gentle, super restorative, and hopefully what you need as much as it is what I need. Props wise, today I am going to ask you to grab a bolster. Of course, if you don't have a bolster available, a few chunky blankets or towels or a couch cushion or a couple of pillows from your bed can be a nice alternative. You'll just have to make some adjustments as we work through everything. You never need anything fancy for my classes, so please don't feel like you can't do this practice if you don't have an actual bolster. Grab things around your house that can help make and give you what you need there. And then we'll get started right in a seated position, just with a few breaths to ground down. I am sitting on the edge of a blanket, but you definitely don't need one. All right, you could sit on that bolster if that feels supportive. Just find a nice tall spine. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale and let it go. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Big inhale breath. And release. One more. Let the breath return to natural and effortless breath. Steady, grounded. You want to set an intention for our time together, you're welcome to do so. My intention for this practice and what I'm repeating to myself, I give myself permission to rest. Give myself permission to rest. This is something I struggle with often. So throughout this practice, maybe you want to repeat this little mantra to yourself. I give myself permission to rest. All right. So we are going to grab that bolster, with my blanket out of the way. We're going to take that bolster partially down our mats. And then I'm just going to slide my right arm over that bolster. And the bolster is coming underneath my ribs. I'm lying on my right side, bolster underneath the ribs, and then that left arm can reach overhead. So nice side lying stretch, nice and supported. If it doesn't feel good to have those knees together here, this is also where you could grab that blanket. And you could place a blanket in between the knees like this. If it feels fine without it, you can always go without. I want you to feel supported here. So sometimes even in restorative practices, I'll keep some extra props nearby just in case I want to grab a couple extra to like fully support myself in ways that I never necessarily could anticipate that day. And we're going to be here for about 2 minutes. We'll be in each of our postures for about 2 minutes each today. My hope being that this is able to show you that even when it comes to our restorative practices, we don't need anything long and crazy. Those practices are so nice when we can fully just devote a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour or more to our practice. Those practices are so lovely. But I also completely understand that for so many of us, that's not the kind of time we have these days. And as much as we might want that, sometimes the time is really just, it's the biggest barrier to entry. And so if I can help give you a practice that meets you where you're at in a shorter amount of time, I'm happy to do so, because I know how sometimes even my own schedule doesn't feel like a longer practice is possible. And maybe once in a while I can figure out how to fit in that longer practice for myself. But most days, especially when I'm practicing at home, it's so much harder to commit to length. And so if what you have today is just the length of this practice, can you give yourself permission to relax for the length of this practice? You know how long it is. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, let it go. And go ahead and press yourself up. And you are welcome to just swing yourself around to the other side for the sake of filming purposes. I'm going to actually move my bolster. But you are welcome to just swing yourself around. So lying on the left side, extending that left arm long. Bolster underneath the ribs. And then right arm reaching overhead. Finding that stretch while also feeling fully supported here. And then reminding myself, I give myself permission to rest. I give myself permission to rest. Sometimes the hardest thing for us to do is to actually give ourselves permission to rest, to slow down, to not always be multitasking or trying to get different things done and accomplished. Give yourself permission to be here. Take a big breath in and let it go. Slowly press yourself up and off of your bolster. Now, we're just going to switch the direction of our bolster. So the bolster is now going to be facing long edges parallel with the long edges of our mat. And I'm just going to slide the bolster right up to the inside of my left leg. And so bolster and leg might be touching. You might have some space depending on what works for you. And then we're going to twist towards the bolster and then walk your arms out, come down onto your forearms. And we're now in a twist supported by our bolster. Now you are welcome to bring an ear down to the mat, maybe your left ear. If it feels okay, you might twist even more, I should say, and bring that right ear down. I'm just going to stay on my forearms today. This is another option as well. And if you want some support between those knees, again, you could slide that blanket in between your knees. You're staying on those forearms. Make sure you have no strain in the neck. Really, wherever you are, be mindful not to over twist here. So if something is too much, it's a great sign to back out a little bit. You take some yawns. Release any tension, anything that might be coming up here. Give yourself permission to rest, to let go. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Press yourself up. And again, you can just swing yourself around to the other side. For the sake of video, I'm going to move myself and my bolster around. But cozying that right hip up to the bolster, turning towards the bolster, and then walking those hands out. Coming down to forearms, and then maybe deciding if you want to rest all the way down. Give myself permission to rest. Give myself permission to rest. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Press yourself up and off of your bolster. And one more time, we're going to move this bolster. And we're going to start to roll all the way down onto our backs this time. The bolster is going to come underneath our knees. You want to grab a blanket to cover yourself with. If it's cold in your space, you are welcome to do so. The peak of every practice, really, but especially the peak of this rest, is our Shavasana. Let yourself be supported. Let the breath go. If you're controlling or trying to manipulate it in any way, maybe one more time you repeat the mantra, I give myself permission to rest. And then just allow yourself to rest, to be here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Little fingers and toes. Slowly roll the wrists and the ankles. Maybe take a big stretch. Roll on to one side. And gently press yourself up. Finding a seated position. Inhale, sweep those arms out nice and wide, palms overhead, those hands down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. I hope you are feeling rested. I hope you allowed yourself and gave yourself that permission to fully rest and relax here. If you don't have my free daily practice calendar, the link for that is in the description below, as well as a link to my Quiet the Noise membership, which is an opportunity to take all of the ads out of your practices. I am a small creator and have no control right now over the placement of ads on YouTube. So this is my really low cost solution to that problem, as well as an updated daily practice calendar every single month. So you get to continue to take the guesswork out of your practice, and you get first dibs on all of these practices. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're not already subscribed, please take a moment to do so. I am so grateful to share this space with you. Thank you. I'll see you back on your mats for your next practice.